Hello, my name is Zachary Bennett, and today I wanted to talk about relationships. Now, I am up in a tree. This is my favorite tree. I wanted to shoot this video a little differently. Let's see, zoom out on the tree, and yeah, we may be like 20 feet up in the air. We're also right above the river. And the reason this is my favorite tree is because it's actually laying on its side. You see me? Hey, this is me up in a tree on the Poudre River in Greeley, Colorado. And we're talking about relationships. And more importantly, we're talking about there is a freaking ferret. I have never seen one of these in the freaking wild. Man. Oh, there's something over there calling to it. Did it dive in? I don't know. Let's see if the ferret is still on the shore. Yeah, there it is. That's so cool. I didn't even seem to care that I was here. It's swimming across the river. This is the best relationships video ever. I think another ferret just called this ferret, and now it's swimming across the river. That was cool. Okay, oh yeah, there it is right there. Oh, that was so cool. It met up with the other ferret. Oh, sorry, you can't see. Oh yeah, look, it's on the shore, and then there's another one getting in the water. I don't know if I should continue the relationships video after this or just make a new video. Just call this one like nature. I'm pretty sure those are ferrets. I also think they could be known as like minks. Something was just paddling in the water up the river as well. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, let's continue with the video. We're at 4 minutes. And that's a spiritual channel for you. It's not scripted. It's real. It's life. We're going to talk about the amount of energy we invest into our relationships. The flow of what investments we're making in our relationships. And we have a lot of choice over a lot of ways we deal with our relationships. Parents and grandparents and that, in immediate family. It's a more touchy subject. But even then we can set our own boundaries and say, hey, this is how I want to be treated and what I want out of life. And when we set those boundaries that align with our spiritual calling, we're really doing them a favor by being our most authentic selves. We're setting ourselves up for success, and we're stating to the rest of the world that I accept my spiritual calling. I'm gonna not let the dictates of family sway me into what life I should perceive. Where I'd like my calling to be. And knowing overall that when we align ourselves with our spiritual calling, we're doing our greatest good for the world. We also have relationships we can pick and choose. Our friends. When we surround ourselves with like-minded people, we continue in that path, that direction. They say our closest group of people becomes who we identify as. And we align and model those behaviors. I haven't had the easiest time with relationships. I lived on the streets at an early age, and I didn't develop the best habits for relationships, and I was surrounded by people that didn't align themselves with their spiritual calling. There was a lot of drug and alcohol use, and a lot of people end up in prison. And then in prison, the relationships are even worse. It's a mindset to determine that dictates what relationships you'll attract. If you want to be positive, you'll attract positive people. If the negativity is the people you're surrounded by, you'll align yourselves negatively. And, relationships, marriage. And we're talking tantric marriage here. We're not talking mainstream modern societal marriage. We're recognizing the unique differences in male and females, and the contributions you can have in the relationship with each other, and understanding the limitations and the strengths of each gender, and knowing your own partner's unique abilities and weaknesses, and accepting that as tantric and aligning yourselves with that path. In romantic relationships, we're there to support one another, to align ourselves with an overall higher good as a unit and a team in togetherness. And your perspective as a whole is how your family unit should view the world. Your beliefs should be similarly aligned, yet recognizing the skill sets each other brings to the table, and also their weaknesses. And yet coming together as a unit in accordance with moving towards your ultimate belief system. As a team, your spiritual calling is what should align both of you all. We'll talk about relationships and children. And are we engaging with the children as we want them to behave in the world? It's quite common to see parents in this generation enabling their kids and really not preparing their children for lives as adults. You know, I think it's important early on we talk and interact with our children and in the mindset that how will they interpret this now, and how will this be processed throughout their lives and into adulthood? Are we setting realistic expectations for what they can expect in adulthood? Or are we enabling them and allowing them to live in the mindset of a child? And when we question this, we question ourselves and what impacted us as children, and how did that move us through into adulthood? We have multiple relationships in our lives, and me personally, this is a pretty important topic. It's been fundamental for my spiritual growth. You know, and I don't personally think I'd be where I am today if I didn't have the people in my life that I have. And I try to be better each and every day for those people, to understand myself more and more. And when I understand myself better, I can understand them better. I can understand how we interact with each other better. And I'm continuing daily to be better, not just for myself, but to show up in these relationships. Because in this life, The true beauty of this world is meant to be shared. We're meant to teach each other and live in accordance with one another, and we come back to the tribal instincts of our prehistoric man. Questioning why we're on this planet, what contributions we can make while we're here, and at the end of our lives, when we reflect on what it was we were truly here to do, I hope we can come into accordance with the meaning of success, the meaning of fulfillment, and knowing that we were here for one another, to help each other along this journey. And that's my mission as a spiritual teacher, is I want to not force my beliefs upon anybody, but I want to give my opinion and show my living proof on how my beliefs have brought peace to my life. And when people ask, what is Omnism? It's a belief in accordance with the living world, with mankind, recognizing each individual human for a uniqueness that only they have. And you have it too, I promise you. There's uniqueness inside of you. We're all meant to share our perspective with the world and to come better and to be there for one another. And I hope this message fills you with hope and encouragement. I hope we can come together as a human species and unite under one as a peaceful world and a loving existence. My name is Zachary Bennett, and thank you for joining me in this tree on this beautiful day, August 13th, 2025, in Greeley, Colorado. Signing off.